Guys, today we'll be doing something a little bit different. And yes, this is going to be cool, and it will be an actual, for real, final expense sales training video. You see, a few weeks ago, Sean McMurray from Tampa and I were riding together, and he recorded us throughout the day. Now, I'm going to assume that he actually gained something from that ride along, as he actually went out last week and ended up making 14 sales in one freaking day. Yeah, 14 one day. The guy destroyed my record. Sean, no more ride-alongs for you, my friend. Anyways, in this video, we're going to play for you the first part of one of the sales we made. It's going to be a recording of a sweet Jamaican lady named Ivy that was giving me objections from the moment we sat down. You're going to hear exactly how to find the need for the insurance and how I bring the beneficiary into the equation. Finding the need for the insurance and talking about the beneficiary is extremely important for final expense sales. When you find the need, it's easy to close the sale. Coming up after this. My name's Douglas Massi, and right off the bat, if you haven't subscribed to our channel, go ahead and do that right now. And if you'd like to be notified every time we put out one of these real final expense sales training videos, click on that little bell looking thing that's next to the subscribe button. If you're in the need of training, simply go to our playlist called Basic Training. If you just click on that list and let it play, you'll see videos that go over everything from designing your presentation to overcoming objections. All the basics are covered, so you can actually learn as much as possible about final expense sales and be prepared to close more deals. Before we get into the video, I'm going to ask that you stick around all the way to the end of this video, especially if you're interested in getting a new agent training file. This zip file contains 8 important things that every new final expense agent should have in their sales book. All right, let's get into the video. So, in this video, you're going to be hearing how I deal with this lady who claims that her daughter already took care of everything. Pay attention to the way I turn her around and get her from, oh, I've already got the insurance, to, yes, that's why I need the insurance. This is important for setting up the sale correctly and making it easier for you when it comes time to close. While you're listening in, I'm going to be making some notes for you to read. Check it out. Hello, Ivy.
Yes, sir.
I'm Douglas. I hope you don't mind. I brought my grandfather with me.
Sean, nice to meet you.
Okay, we're gonna sit here.
Great.
Let me turn it.
Plenty of light. Okay, wonderful. Thank you. There we go. Very good. Where are you going to sit? Oh, it's like my house. The phone's ringing all the time.
Yeah. That's my neighbor here. Let me get that.
Okay. Now let's see how to sit with her. Hopefully, or she'll sit in the middle.
She sits here, I'm good.
You're good.
Okay. All right. Yes, sir.
Very good. So you're sitting with the candy. Okay.
Yeah.
I know you spoke with Diana briefly,
Yeah.
and I think you spoke with the marketer. They asked you your favorite color or something like that.
Yeah, because when she called me, I said, I don't remember talking to you. But then when she said favorite color, and
That's
then
right.
I remember it was a guy who called me first.
It worked. Okay. And so what I do, I talk to people mainly about burial or cremation paid for through affordable, state-regulated, final expense life insurance plans. The one thing I've learned over the years is that everybody fits into one of 3 categories. The first, maybe that you've never prepaid for your burial or your cremation, or that you don't have insurance for it. The second, a lot of people do have these small policies already. But what happens is the cost of funerals keeps going up and up and up. So a lot of times that insurance isn't enough and they want to add to it if it's affordable, if they can afford to. And then the third is the person that's got the funeral stuff paid for. But they want to make sure that when they do pass away, that they're able to leave extra money to someone to pay for their final expenses. So where do you fit in to all of that?
Okay, so after Diane called yesterday, in the evening, when my daughter came home from work, not here, she lives in Jacksonville.
Mm-hmm.
So I called her and let you know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. You got a good daughter, don't you?
Yeah, only one.
Okay.
Yeah, so I called her and let her know what's going on. And she said, "Ma, I know you didn't have insurance." I said, "No, I have insurance." He said, "But I didn't know about the insurance." We said, "There's a lot of things you don't know about, and every time you come here and I tell you, let's sit down and talk, you don't have time for me."
She don't want to talk. Look, if she's a good daughter, she's not going to want to talk about her mom passing away.
Yeah,
My
but
father
in
would
the meanwhile,
never.
I didn't know she was preparing. Because she and her husband in the service,
Mm-hmm.
and they are preparing. Her husband, her mother-in-law already gone 3 years ago, and her father-in-law went last year. So she said she's prepared. So if they're coming about insurance, I don't need to get no more insurance because she already prepared, and whatever insurance I have can go with.
Well, understand she can't have insurance on you. And I know the idea of this is to protect your daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you got a good daughter. So the last thing
No,
she wants
wait, excuse me. Why do you mean she cannot have insurance on me?
she's not allowed to buy a policy on you. She can't go out and say, "Oh, let me just insure my mom." It doesn't work that way. You have to sign.
So how comes?
You have to sign the papers.
How comes I have insurance for my 2 sons
Because when they're minors,
and for my 2 grandchildren?
when they're minors,
They were minors.
if they're
They
under
were
18, you can insure them. So as long as they're like right now, you can insure your grandchildren or children. If you have children under 18 years old, you can do that. It's different. So think about it. With life insurance, you can't just, if I wanted to insure my next door neighbor, I couldn't do that. But look, this is the bottom line.
No, but wait, I don't understand because why this insurance company that I have, this is from like 93. They
Okay.
were already over 18.
It might have been. Is it a policy that you have the
I'm
insurance
paying for
on
them.
you also though,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Because it's a rider. So you have the insurance, but they're a rider. They're attached to your policy. So that does make sense. You can do that. Like if you get a policy for you, you can attach the children to it as a rider. So now you have you, and something happens to them, they're insured too. Let me be clear about it. Look, it's your daughter. She loves you.
Yeah.
Last thing she wants is for you to have to worry about something like that.
Yeah.
And then what happens is the kids will do that, and the next thing you know, when the parent dies, well, they still got to take care of it. So I know that the idea for you, I'm assuming, is so that when you pass away, your daughter has the extra money. Is that the idea of this? That's what the life insurance is for, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. What I do is a little bit different than most insurance agents because, first of all, we don't work for any specific company. Mm-hmm. In other words, if I worked for Colonial Penn, I'd have to come here and tell you how great Colonial Penn is and then push them on you.
Right.
The problem with doing it that way is that all the life insurance companies, first of all, have different prices and they look at different types of health differently. Mm-hmm. So there's not one company that has the best rates for everybody. What we do is kind of unique. I'm with a group of senior advocates licensed here in Florida. And by us being part of this group, what that simply does is it gives us access to every life insurance. Guys, I truly hope you got something out of this video. Now, if you're interested in that new agent training file that I mentioned earlier in the video, or if you'd like information on our sales program, which includes some of the highest commissions and definitely the strongest leads in the industry, email me at doug@ufesonline.com. Happy hunting!